What a perfect weekend of football for Arsenal fans. Man City dropped points. Well, lost. It's not a draw. They've lost to Aston Villa. Liverpool dropped points. Lost to Brentford. It's almost a shame that Manchester United managed to win because that would have been glorious. Chelsea lost. I'm pretty sure Spurs are going to lose later on today. I would argue it's almost the perfect weekend. Of course, it doesn't really matter what goes on around you when the league is in your control. It's in your destiny. If we just win our games, we win the league. It is as simple as that. But of course, it's late October. You do want other teams to slip up. And boy, are they slipping up. I will show you the league table as we get to the end of this video. But a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace at home. It's not normal, guys. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's beautiful and that I enjoy every second of watching my team play. Arsenal don't play this free-flowing, beautiful football all the time. There are phases of it, and there are times during a game where we do play like that. But what we're doing isn't normal, and I do want to make that very, very clear, okay? This isn't your typical top-of-the-league team at the moment where we're just blowing teams away week in, week out and destroying them 4, 5, 6-0 every weekend. What we're doing is just systematically picking teams apart, and we're doing things that other teams just simply can't do. It's this domination of set pieces. We are literally celebrating corners and free kicks near the box like goals because it's almost a guarantee that we're going to score. It's unbelievable. And hear this, okay? Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's quite true because, unfortunately, ex-Arsenal Nketiah apparently has registered a shot on target today. But if he didn't, I'd be sitting here saying Arsenal officially haven't faced and will not face a shot on target in October, because we don't play again until November 1st in the Premier League, and we haven't conceded a shot on target until Nketiah ruined it. But the thing is, it might not be a shot on target. I can't actually remember the chance myself, so maybe it's gone down as a shot on target, but might not be. I don't know. But just an unbelievable thing to say. You know, typically when you say these kind of statements, it's, oh, we haven't lost a game this month, or we've scored 10 goals without conceding a goal this month or whatever. But to say we haven't conceded a shot on target in a month of football is insane. It is now 8 hours of football since we last conceded a goal. People talk about that Chelsea side that won the league and only conceded, I think it was 15 goals in a Premier League season, the Jose Mourinho era, where they were just, I mean, they still are for me, the best defensive team I have ever seen. We're there or thereabouts. I feel like we're genuinely going to be there at the end of the season, potentially going for this record. 15 goals in 38 games. It's doable. If we get 14 conceded, I will be, wow, I'll be amazed. I really will. So first of all, bad news regarding Saliba. He did come off at half-time. I'm hoping that this bad news isn't going to be too bad. Right now, it seems there is no news coming from the club officially. I don't know if this is an injury, a precaution, tactical. I very much doubt it's tactical because, come on, it's Saliba. What I will say is, though, Mosquera, once again, oh my God, gone are the days of Rob Holding's coming on, Mustafi's coming on, or Kolasinac is having to play at centre-back. We now bring in a player of Mosquera's quality. And in the second half, Hincapié comes on as well when we make a defensive change. These days have gone, Arsenal fans. Relax. We are now in a new phase of supporting this club, and we have true quality in every position coming off the bench and even off the reserves if we really needed them to. It's just, oh, what a difference that makes. Fingers crossed it's nothing serious. It could be something small. It could be something bad. We don't know yet. Rice also coming off with 10 minutes to go. Hopefully nothing too serious there. Honestly, it looked like just he took a little bit of a knock or whatever and took a moment to get back up. He probably could have continued, but why continue? We'll just throw on Marino for the last 10 minutes. It's just so refreshing that the team doesn't necessarily get that much weaker with the injuries. But it's just another game where we've we've been unable to clear a whole 90-minute match without getting an injury. Even the Atletico Madrid game, unbelievable result, but Gabriel came off injured. It's never ending. This is very unfair, by the way, on Gyökeres. I know people will say it's another game where he hasn't scored, but please use your eyes when you watch football. This guy, it sucks that he's not getting goals because he really deserves it for the effort he's putting in, the amount of pressing, the amount of attention he brings with him. If he runs out wide, it pulls away 2, sometimes 3 defenders, and that allows a Saka, a Trossard, a Martinelli, an Eze, an Ødegaard, whatever, to exploit other areas. It's genius. It really is. I don't think Gyökeres right now is contributing enough in front of goal. Of course not. But what he is bringing, and a lot of people won't see it because they're just maybe looking at stats, they're looking at ratings. A lot of people won't watch Arsenal today. They won't watch this game and they will say, ha, look, Gyökeres, rubbish. He was amazing today. So many times he got the ball into feet, found another player. So many times he pressed the goalkeeper, pressed the left back, pressed the right back, forcing errors. He is just so good at that. He's terrifying. Can you imagine being Lacroix today, Richards, whoever, with the ball at your feet and you've got Gyökeres running at you? That's terrifying. So once he does contribute more goals and assists, and he still provides this chaotic energy up front, it will be a glorious day when it really clicks in front of goal as well. I just think we are struggling to get the ball in behind for him into a good bit of space where he isn't just having to be a battering ram, unfortunately. But we do need to talk about Eze. Obviously, it's his goal that won us the game. So inevitable. It's from a free kick. It falls into his path and he just smashes it home against his old club. It's a truly beautiful moment for him. But what I will say is he wasn't even that good today. And to be fair, for most of today's game, especially in the first half, we weren't that good. I think, fortunately, we've come up against Palace when they're actually not in the greatest form. They went through a massive purple patch. You know, they were that whole, it almost became a meme, didn't it? Where clubs were updating the bio and it was 14 unbeaten, 15 unbeaten, 16 unbeaten. Well, Palace, unfortunately, midweek they lost against, I don't even know who that team is in the Conference League. And now they've come to the Emirates and lost here as well. But they're going to be obviously absolutely fine. They've got some great players. Guehi won't be there next season, so they will need to find another defender. But if Glasner's there, no stress from me. But well done to Eze. He hasn't had the best start at Arsenal. I think we can all agree that we need to see a bit more from him. But I still don't quite know why Ødegaard gets so much flack. Can you see it now? Can you see what Ødegaard brings? Okay, Eze's doing his absolute best to fill in that creative role in midfield. And yeah, look, don't get me wrong, Ødegaard's had some stinkers, but you do see it now. It's not the easiest position to play. We are missing him. I think if today we line up with Ødegaard, we probably have a more comfortable experience in midfield. I really do believe that. I think Eze sometimes is a little bit... he gives away the ball. He does. He does. He gives away the ball. He tries to make these fancy flicks and passes, and sometimes it doesn't work. Interestingly, Saka comes off in the 66th minute. I'm not sure if that's a fitness thing or just don't want to risk him, or maybe he felt something. Who knows? But Martinelli came on the right instead of Ethan Nwaneri. I thought that was an interesting one. I don't know if it's purely because he thinks Martinelli's better than Nwaneri on that right side, because I think we can all agree that's definitely not the case. I think it was the pace. It was the pace of Martinelli that we could stretch the back line. One thing that Nwaneri doesn't seem to have, at least not a lot of, and that is pace. What he does have is that technical ability. He is, for me, very similar to Ødegaard. He has a magic about him, but he's not physically impressive. Let's be fair. I think Nwaneri definitely could be a bit quicker. And that's why I think ultimately he will play more centrally. But hopefully Saka is all good as well. And to be fair, I thought Martinelli was quite good when he came on. And Trossard, at times, frustrating today, but ultimately played the 90 minutes and contributed. I think Rice, Zubimendi, again, that pivot is beautiful. Zubimendi needs to be talked about more. I don't see how you can watch a full 90 minutes of Arsenal and not be impressed by Zubimendi. He's our clock. He's our metronome. He's everything for us. So impressive. Running out of things to say for him. Timber, once again, showing why he is the most informed right back in the world right now. He's the best in the league, I think, comfortably. I think Reece James is having a good season, but we're top of the league. Chelsea struggling. I don't think you can argue it. I think Timber is the best right back in the league. We also managed to see Hincapié make his Premier League debut, which was good to see. He came on as a left back. We eventually went to a 5 at the back to finish the game off. It was clear we weren't looking to really attack anymore. It was just absorb the pressure. Palace were flinging balls in, and Hincapié moved to the left centre back with Gabriel in the middle. Absolute warrior, my absolute hero right now. I love Gabriel, and then of course Mosquera as the right centre back. Lewis Skelly didn't have much time to do anything, actually lost the ball at one point. That could have been bad. Marino obviously didn't have much time either. But again, it's just showing, you know, that the depth we have in this squad now. Our 5 substitutions today: Mosquera, Martinelli, Hincapié, Marino, Lewis Skelly. And if we needed to, we could have called upon Ben White, Norgard, Waneri. It's unbelievable. And just look at this. We still have Ødegaard, Jesus, Havertz, and Madueke to come back. We do, I think, on paper, have the best squad in the league. And right now, guys, we're top of the league by, I think, 4 points. Yeah. It's unbelievable. It really is. And we've got Everton and Tottenham to play later, so they don't really have an effect on that whatsoever. We do finish this this weekend of football, top of the league by 4 points. Got to give a massive shout out to Aston Villa for turning around their season a little bit. They're looking a lot better right now, and they've just beaten Man City. So that's why we're 4 points clear, because it's just Bournemouth. It's not Man City. And also a massive shout out to Sunderland for beating Chelsea yesterday. Sunderland, my second team this season. As you guys know, I witnessed them get promoted. I was there at Wembley. I have a soft spot for them right now. They are having an unbelievable season. I think it will eventually be a bit more difficult and more challenging for them. They're riding a wave right now. But one thing is, for me, quite obvious. They're not scoring enough goals to sustain this. If you look at the teams around them, they've scored 11. You're seeing 16 from us, 16 from Bournemouth, 17 from City. And look at Manchester United. It's unbelievable. They were in a free fall. They were struggling. It was looking like their season was already over. And people were talking about Chelsea doing better than them. And Liverpool obviously were flying. But now look, it's unbelievable. Down at the bottom, Wolves look pretty much already relegated. When you watch, they look awful. They look like a bunch of individuals, no team effort, teamwork, nothing. West Ham, I think, you know, they're only slightly better than Wolves, very slightly. And Nottingham Forest, they are in trouble. They really are. But we'll see how they get on. They've got Manchester United next. Is that guy going to cut his hair? It could happen. It really could happen. But yeah, quite literally, a perfect weekend of football. We have Burnley up next. And then we've got Slavia, Prague. Then it's Sunderland. Obviously, we've got the EFL Cup against Brighton as well. But in terms of Premier League fixtures, we've got a relatively nice run of games now. You know, I think Burnley away, we should be winning that. Sunderland away will be tricky because they are in form. But we will win that game. I'm fairly confident. And then we get a chance to batter Tottenham at home. So really excited for those games to come. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Back with Career Mode tomorrow, and I will see you next time.